Okay. Welcome. Today I am doing an April wrap up. I personally don't really like doing monthly favorites. I don't enjoy watching them either. No, that's a lie. But April came and passed by, and I must say that I really enjoyed April. I feel like I'm not using sleep to escape my life anymore. I even feel so excited to wake up in the morning and I can't sleep at night because I'm just so excited to welcome the day. And then I get to do the things that I like to do. This whole feeling is very new to me. I want to record this so that maybe in some of my bad months, I can look back and think I had a great month and then I just need to emulate that. This video is going to be separated into different sections. So if you want to skip ahead, do use the timestamps below. So yeah, enjoy. First, conversations with people. Honestly, I enjoy conversations, but like in my own time. If I am engaging with a text, then I'm sort of having a conversation, a one-way conversation with this person who created this text, right? I like to take my own time. I don't know how much I like two-way conversations, real-time conversations. But in April that changed. So I had a few occasions where I get to talk to strangers, had some conversations, like really engaging conversations with people that I know too. So the first most memorable conversation that I had was with my mom. I see her every day and I talk to her every day, but we don't really have deep engaging conversations. Most of the time it's just one way, in a sense where she says what she wants to say and I just like nod. I say, oh yeah. This is one of the rare times where we're engaged in a conversation. It's a very raw unraveling of her emotions as a mother. But amongst like all of the things that we talked about, what really stood out for me is a conversation on grief. She was talking about goodbyes and how every goodbyes could really be the official goodbye. Like even if it's not death, you will never know when will be the next time you see this person. Maybe this person could be, I don't know, ill, or they're just out of your reach. Maybe they're existing but just not in your life anymore. It really stuck with me that it's important to wrap up every conversation that you have with anyone so that you won't have any regrets. That is something that I am practicing right now, which is to be more intentional and more engaged with every single two-way conversations that I have. And then I also got to have a lot more, like more than usual one-to-one conversations with people older and wiser than me. These people could be like 10, 20 years older than me. This is a thing that I really like about being a working adult, like being out of school. Your title doesn't really matter anymore, and regardless of who you are, you could have really deep conversations with anyone that you meet. These people that I talk to are good leaders that I wish to become one day. And then I noticed that what makes them great leaders are their attention to detail and their empathy. They will notice details that could become a problem in the future and solve it as soon as possible with like the easiest solutions. That is intelligence right there. That is something that I really want to master one day. Being able to identify something so early on. If I would be able to master that, I would do so good in life. I find them really inspiring because of how easy it is to just talk to them. Very rewarding conversations. And then I also had some conversations with drivers. Grab drivers. The thing about me is I don't like talking to strangers. I am afraid of strangers. Stranger danger. In April, even though my quiet ride feature is on, half of the drivers that I've met talked to me. I'm glad that that happened, and also I'm glad that I'm more comfortable talking to strangers and having like small talk. So some highlights. This was quite late in the night. I was out with my friend and I got a grab. It was raining and he was really nice. He was like apologizing to me because he's kind of late, but I get it because it's raining. And then we were talking about the weather, and then slowly the conversation just eased into what he's doing, what I'm doing, and he's working in architecture, and I really enjoy hearing how passionate he is towards his job. We also talked about singing because I just came back from karaoke and he was like saying, oh, he enjoys singing a lot too. And then we were talking about songs. The whole vibe was just really warm and welcoming. It's just kind of fun thinking, wow, I shared this moment with a stranger. Another one was a middle-aged uncle who's around the same age as my dad. Also, he's from the same state that my dad is born in. I don't really have a good relationship with my dad. So meeting someone similar to my dad made me kind of wary in the beginning. This was a morning ride, so I was on my way to work, and he was like asking me about life, and he also shared like how he moved to KL, the city, how he started his job. He would ask me questions, and then I would answer, and then he would agree to them, and we would like talk about them really openly. He has great vibes, very warm uncle. He also gave me a few food recommendations, and I really enjoyed that. He complimented me as well in a like very fatherly way, and it just healed something in me. Okay, it healed something in me because that's how I want to talk to my dad, but I never had that. Conversations with myself. See, this is the thing. Like, I had so many great exchanges with people that I've met, but the conversations with myself, I don't know. I have a lot of questions. And even after like debating with myself for so long, for an entire month, I still don't have the answers. So I'm just going to like put it here. And if you have answers, you can always let me know what you think about these questions. One thing that is really bothering my mind is time is just running. It's not even walking by, it's running. Got me thinking about when I was younger, when I visited the countryside. We don't have Wi-Fi access in my dad's old house. So I would wake up really early in the morning and you're awake, but you have nothing to do. So the only thing that you're waiting for is just having breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's it. And the most you could do is just watch TV, but the TV isn't interesting at all. And I wouldn't say I feel more at peace. The days just feel longer. And I really want to find back that feeling. Another thing that I thought about is how I struggle with separating artists with their work. There are a lot of artists that I love their work, but I don't necessarily like them. I don't agree with their personal individual decisions, but part of me also knows that decisions that they make in their personal life shouldn't really be public anyways. It is a personal matter. But yeah, it is in the public and I don't agree with them. This doesn't even apply to just artists. I consume a lot of YouTube content, and sometimes some people do make really great videos, and it's not like they did something really bad or they're racist or whatever. It's more so like their personality is so starkly different than mine, but I enjoy watching their content. So, for example, there are a few YouTubers that I love watching, but the language that they use is like really crass, but I find it really funny when they curse. So I'm kind of embarrassed to watch them like in my living room with my family around. Do I relate to them in some way? That's why I consume their content. I would never know. I don't know. I don't know. It's very obvious that I don't talk like that. I don't act in that way, but I enjoy looking into their lives. This is the last thing that has been consuming my mind, which is am I becoming an iPad kid? So I have YouTube Premium, and there's this feature that at first I don't really get it. I have never played any of the YouTube games. When it first launched, I was like, what the hell is this? It's just taking up space on my home feed. But then I got to playing them, and the more I play, the more I'm like, what am I doing? But I can't stop. The best thing about these games are these are the games that would pop up in ads, but you're like, oh, this seems really fun. I want to download it. And then you download it and you realize this game is filled with ads. Ads. I hate it. But YouTube is providing those games, those exact same games without the ads. I love it. And then I was recommending it to my sister, and then my sister is like in shock. She just said, you're turning into an iPad kid. I don't have iPad. I don't care what you say, okay? I'm judging myself, but also I don't care what you say because I usually play like the puzzles and brain teasers. I feel like I'm doing something while I'm consuming something, and is it a crime? I don't care. Okay, I don't care. Anyways, those are like my conversations with myself. So I also went to karaoke with one of my closest friends. It's kind of weird because I always thought colleagues are colleagues. I can't really call them friends, but it is the truth that she is my closest friend right now in my life, but she's also my colleague. But she was also like my friend back in university. So yeah, the lines kind of blurred. Sometimes I don't know whether to call her like my closest friend or a colleague, but yeah, I really enjoy spending time with her. Our wavelengths are just matching. So we went to karaoke, and this is the first time I met someone who have the same karaoke habits as I do, which is we would sing, and then once the chorus has passed, we would skip the song. We have a time limit of 3 hours, and I just want to sing as many songs as I can. So that's what I do. And then I finally met someone who does the same thing, and we sing the same songs. I love it. Yeah, it's one of my favorite memories last month. And then also, my favorite memory last month was playing Split Fiction with my sister. So it really brought me back to when we were playing Fireboy and Water Girl when we were little. We played Brothers together one night. Brothers is a game by the same developers. It's like one of their older games, but it is so good. I would really recommend it, especially if you're not into gaming, because the mechanics is so easy. And in Split Fiction itself, there are a lot of Easter eggs of It Takes Two and Brothers. It was so fun to just watch the Easter eggs unveil for the first time with her and relive the memories that we had playing Brothers together. I absolutely love every moment that we were playing Split Fiction. You know, I actually get more insights and thought provoking ideas from films than books. Yeah, I love films. I love films. Last month, I watched The Hand by Wang Jiawei, Wong Kar-wai. The film is, as usual, it's very, very pretty, and it features Gong Li. So again, very beautiful. The film is about this shy tailor's assistant, this guy. On his first days of his work, I guess, he met this client. She seduces him to make sure that he will remember her, and he did. Okay, he's like yearning for her. Yeah, it's quite erotic. It's him being horny for her. And then next, this is the thing about me, I don't really like animated films unless it's like really obscure and it talks about like really weird themes. So my friend has the same sentiment as me, but she suggested watching Noja together, and I'm like, who are you? Why are you suggesting this to me? So we went to watch Noja 2 in like this huge cinema with like the best surround sound ever. And holy shit, I love it. You can definitely watch the second film without any context. They explain the whole legend pretty well. If you know some sort of like Chinese meme culture, this film is really funny. They just slip in some internet culture memes in there and jokes landed, okay? It's very funny. Overall, visually, it's just really good. The fights in this is really good. It is epic. I have never seen an animation so good in a long while. And then I also watched Benedetta. This one I watched on my own on mubi. It is about a 17th century nun becoming entangled in a forbidden lesbian affair with a novice. This film is really funny to me because I think she's very faithful, but all of the visions that she has of Jesus are like increasingly sensual and violent. I think it is a satirical film. So I didn't grow up religious. I'm not really religious now either. The thing about my family is every family member of mine practices their own religion. So I'm kind of like immersed in this world where I'm exposed to religion, but not in a sense where I'm faithful to it. So I'm like always fascinated about it. And I love watching films like this that can expand my mind and help me learn more. But as a person that's not religious, what I was thinking throughout this film is just, wow, institutions are just really political. I think the film talks a lot about this. It's just hypocritical to think that you would know God, like some of the characters in this film. Like they think they know God best. I apologize. It's so warm now, but I turned on the light because the sun is setting. But yeah, I think there is some sort of beauty in this juxtaposition of people practicing the faith in an old building and having like rituals. It's like placing form to a metaphysical being and also intangible concepts. And I find that really fascinating. I really recommend this film just for the fun of it. Just watch it with an open heart. It's quite funny. For the longest time, I haven't been buying stuff. Last month, I wanted to buy some stuff. I do want to say it's intentional, but I don't know. I bought another 13 from the Labo, and it's one of my favorites. Every time I wear this, I grow more and more in love with it. When you use it on yourself, it's something that grows on you. Very unique scent. It smells like a mysterious person who's also hot. I also bought this top. So this is a top from Muji. It's so comfy, it's so soft. This is the first time I bought like a cotton cashmere clothing piece. So my entire wardrobe is actually thrifted, but I do want to start buying more basics so that I can rewear them instead of going thrifting every other month. I have been doing this thing where I would voice out my desires or just write them down in my journal or research on it. I just want to like display my desires and sit with my desires until they kind of fizzle out. And if they fizzle out, then I will know that it's not really important. I don't really need it. The perfume, this shirt, or after I sit with it for like 2 months and then finally I caved and then I bought it. That's why. I also want to get a medium sized bag that's like quality, and I need something that can hold my laptop. I have a few bags that are beautiful and they can hold my laptop. One of them is like, oh my god, what is that called? What is that bag called? There's this brand I really like. Oh, Pauline. Okay. So I have this bag, the bigger Pauline, that's really, really nice. I love that bag, but it's so freaking heavy just on its own. I have a Longchamp too, and I don't know, it feels very heavy with my laptop. So I don't use them. This is something that I will probably sit with for a few months. And then a desire that has actually manifested. I did this list a week ago, and right now one of my desires has manifested. This year I'm going to Tokyo for the first time and I'm so excited. Life is so magical. Anyways, that is my April wrap up. Yeah. Hope you had a great April. If not, May will be better. May is a long month, right? Do we have 31st May? Yeah. So May is a long month. Make use of your May. And if May is as great as April, you will see me again. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Goodbye.